know you.
You do?
I think so. You look
I was like,
familiar.
huh.
You
Well, I
do?
love you, so like
Sorry.
that's great. Um, but to start, I love that this is its own unique take on a rom-com, but still gets to have those rom-commy moments. When you guys both approach something like this and are part of a romantic comedy, do you have those little rom-com moments that you're like, oh, I hope we get a chance to kind of do something like this before the process starts? Or are you kind of like, no, I just want to go along on this journey?
One thing I feel like we miss from this film is the meet cute, because you're
Uh,
meeting these couples
Yeah.
5 and 10 years into their respective relationships. They're already nestled in there. So, there you're back. So yeah, we didn't really get the meet cute in this.
right. But we did get the sort of, um, like, at the end, like Bowen taking off his pants and having this like huge sort of makeup moment, and then our makeup moment in the garden. I think those are really special rom-com moments. But I agree, meet cute would have been cute, like flashback maybe.
Yeah.
How'd they meet? Yeah.
Yeah, the ending of this movie is the cutest little ending I've seen in a rom-com in a long while. I was like, oh, great, that's where it ends. Perfect. That's a perfect ending. But it also is one of the funniest moments I've seen in a long time, which is them running and trying to de-gay the house. And they're just pulling things off the wall. When you guys get to have like that little bit of physical comedy in a movie that doesn't have that much, is it fun to kind of tap into the physical side of a scene like that?
Totally. It's one of the centerpiece scenes that drew me to the film. It's what makes it feel like a farce. I mean, the bait and switch, or at least the attempted bait and switch, and then that gets spiked out of the air by a particularly keen grandma. I mean, the de-queering or the straightening up of the house is just such a fun, lively moment. And there were so many things that we shot that didn't make it that we missed.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
what was the,
The bowl?
yeah.
There was a bowl that was just like a vagina basically on this bowl, and there was a moment where we filled it with nuts because we were covering it up, and that didn't make it in the cut. But yeah, that's one of my favorite moments too.
Hide the vagina by
Yeah.
a pile of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, and I also love that this movie allows a lot of this cast to show a different side of them as performers. Because I was talking to Andrew earlier, and I was like, to see the difference in just Bowen between Fire Island and then this was so surprising. And it's also really nice to see you guys get to lean into like a rom com and this romance between these two women. Is that like your goal when you look for a new project, or is it just a nice bonus when you find a project that allows audiences to see a different side of you as a performer?
I mean, I seized the opportunity to do an ensemble comedy because I think every great actor that I admire has that somewhere. So for me, it was, in a career sense, a good move, but it was also just in a quality of life sense. Just immediately felt like this was a project I needed to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty like genre agnostic when it comes to selecting things. I think I get excited about the story overall and about characters and dynamics. And reading this script was all the characters are so specific and they all have such interesting relationships with each other. And even the main four, like just the relationships between the couples, but also the relationships that like Lee has with Chris or that Lee has with Min, and vice versa. It's Andrew and James did a really good job of sort of defining those relationships, and yeah, it was really, really cool to be able to bring to life.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'll say about this movie is when the movie started, I instantly was like, "Oh, are they gonna go the big chill route?" Because they were trying to have a baby, and like it made me go to the big chill. And then it then threw me for a loop when I was completely wrong. Do you guys like when your projects or movies or even ones you're watching do that to you as an audience, or do that to the audience of your own projects where they think one thing is going to happen and they're set on it, and then the movie itself just kind of subverts expectations?
I think it's one of the sick pleasures of being an actor is when you can trick your audience. You can manipulate them into feeling things, and then you can surprise them. It's part of what's so thrilling about it. What I love about, like, I think the end reveal of this one is there's a cascade, having seen it with a couple audiences in a theater now. there's always going to be audience members that are a little ahead of it and have it figured out beforehand, but it's still rewarding. And then hearing the cascade of discovery at the very end, and then just the joint celebration, I think, is the thing. So everybody walks away happy.
Yeah, and for my last quick thing, I want to ask you guys, I do like that all of these characters are imperfect. No one is necessarily right in a situation. Everyone kind of has a thing that they are wrong about. And for you guys, is it important within your careers to find those characters that have a balance of being, good people, but also not a perfect person, because they don't exist?
Yeah, I think that is important. I think that not just as an actor, but also as a human being, I think it's important for us to acknowledge within ourselves and also the grace that we hopefully give to the people that we love that there is no perfect human person. And therefore, that can only translate in the work that we do when we get gifted these sort of characters to create and take care of, and recognizing that if we do want them to feel human and authentic, we have to ask ourselves these questions of what are the flaws that this person can't even see about themselves that I as an actor am aware of, but they're unaware of. So yeah, I think that is really important.
And I think we're at a time in storytelling where, it's not the gimmick of the film, or the selling point of the film is not necessarily that it's queer couples, is not necessarily that it's a Gaysian film. I mean, the communities that are reflected here and celebrated here, like, hell yeah, that's absolutely what this film is. But we're in this era of storytelling where, I don't know, I experienced this early in my career a lot, maybe you have too. As actors, we don't have the pressure of being the model minority anymore. We get to just be people. And I think that's the kind of work that needs to happen with storytelling. It's like we're not all monoliths. It's like if this is a story about a queer family, they can be imperfect, We don't have to, like, I feel like a lot of narratives for a long time favored stories that validated, like, existence of anything that's outside of the what was the word that Bowen used earlier? Just the normative expectations of society, heteronormative, homogenous society. We don't need to justify our presence anymore. We got to just flex our, or stretch our wings a little bit and be people.
I love this movie so much, and both of your careers mean a lot to me. So it's a privilege to talk to you guys today, and thank you so much.
Thank you.